So I'd like to start off by thanking everyone to be coming here and joining us every Tuesday. Like she was saying, it is a little nerve-wracking. Okay, so like she said, it's the closeness that we have that I believe that has continued this study to continue to bring us together. And we don't come together for us, we come together for God.
Amen.
And that's
Amen.
the main reason that we're here, our focus. And hearing your speech, it's kind of crazy because I was thinking of everything too, like what to say or how to say it. I kept on telling you, like, I want to practice. Like, no. He's like, it's your choice. But if you practice, you're going to be up there and you're going to say a whole different thing. So it kind of is. You read Psalms 139. I chose Psalms 147. Then you chose Jeremiah 29. I chose Jeremiah 30. So it's, I don't know. When I was listening to you, I was like, what? Like, I didn't even talk to you about what I was going to say. But
Praise God.
yep. So we all have our unique testimony. To me, testimony would be like, I don't know. It seems to me that it would be something like big or whatever. But we all have our unique testimony. It could be small, it could be big, but for the person that they went through, it could be the worst thing, the best thing. We all come to God because of God, because we're broken. We don't necessarily, at least for myself, when things were good, thank you Jesus, but that was it. When things were bad, it was like, God, like why does this happen to me, or why does that happen to me? And it seems like the messages that have been going on for the past 2-3 weeks, it has been about trials. We all go through trials. And it is true, we go through those trials because God does allow us to go through those trials. He never leaves us. He has always walked by us, by our side.
That's right.
And He's never left us.
Amen.
Come on, amen.
So, for my testimony, like I said, I think that everyone has their unique testimony. For myself, I guess the common theme would be God. But for myself, I remember since I was little, my parents would take us to church, me and my brother. I remember that we would play on the benches. We would go to Catholic church. I was baptized Catholic. And I remember going with my parents to church. And like, I knew about God, but I don't know if when I was little, I truly believed in God. I knew there was a God, but now as an adult, I can actually say that, like, I know what God, not what, but who He is. Like, He is a living God. He is there, He hears us, He is with us, He blesses us. Life itself, waking up every single day, is a blessing. Because a lot of people pass in their sleep. A lot of people wake up with machines helping them breathe. Being able to be mobile, just itself, life itself is a huge blessing. So,
Amen.
as a child, would go to church. Me and my brother would always be playing on the benches, and then be like, come and sit next to us, like, stop playing around. And in church, it's always echoed. And I remember that sometimes we would play just me and my brother to be loud and obnoxious. So I lost my mother when I was 8. I was really little. When she passed, I took it that it was my fault. Obviously it wasn't. I was a child. I thought that by not listening to her, that had caused her to die. But as an adult, I know that that's not true. God had a better purpose for her, for whatever it was that He took her. So, growing up, I used alcohol. as an aid to cover up whatever I was feeling, whatever I wanted to hide from people. I basically put up a front. That gets old. I did that for many years. I would just do whatever, and I just show no emotion. I tried to hide it. And when I would actually show emotion, it was to the extreme of, like, it was nonstop, and it was really difficult to even show the emotion to even close ones, because I kind of felt that it was a ridicule to be like, oh, well, now you have feelings? You're all hard and you don't want to show no emotion, and now you want to break down, and now you want to do this. So I felt that it was a way of hiding it, of keeping it to myself and not showing anyone, and it just didn't matter. I was going to do what I wanted to do. That's a part of stubbornness. We all, well, I don't know about all, but I do have stubbornness to a certain extent. Yes. I'm working on it. So getting close to God was at an older age, to where I understood. In 2016, my brother was incarcerated, and before that, we hadn't spoke for a long time. Certain things in life had happened. He was in his path, I was in my path. I was married, I just lived my life, and my brother's alive, my parents are alive, and that was that. I believed in God throughout the whole time, but I did not follow anything that I should be following. I guess it was kind of nitpicking. Oh, well, God blesses me, I'm alive, I have a job, I can pay this, I can pay that. But in reality, reading the Bible is extremely important.
Amen.
Praying
Amen.
is extremely important. I have learned that for the past year and a half. So my brother was incarcerated. We weren't talking. It was kind of like, whatever, you're doing you, I'm doing me. That was January of 2016. So I was basically talked to by my brother while he was incarcerated of, go to church. And I was like, dude, whatever, you're in jail. Like, why are you gonna be telling me go to church? Like, who are you to be telling me? But he just kept on, and he knew that there was a purpose and there was a reason, and it's for our not saving, but, well, yeah, to a certain salvation. That, yes, you believe in God, and yes, all that, but there's certain steps that we have to follow. There's certain things that we have to do to make sure that we do, in a way, earn it. Not by doing a good deed, but by actually following the steps that we have to follow. So that was in January. He was incarcerated. I thought he was just going to come out and it was going to be the same old brother that whatever. But he didn't come out. He took the 3-year vacation. He just kept on telling me, you need to go. And I was like, no. So finally, I was like, okay, I'll go and see what it's about. So in May of 2016, I actually called Pastor Renee and we received prayer. I went and it was like, okay, well, what's going on? We talked to him and he's like, okay, well, do you believe in God? And basically, do you take him as your Lord and Savior? And we did, and he just started praying, but I have seen it many times on TV. Like, people start shaking, people start like, and then they just fall. It's like they're acting, they're playing. They must have got money to do all that. And I don't know about them, but I didn't pretend. I fell straight to my knees, and I I was like, oh no, like something's going on here. Like I'm never coming back to this man. I don't know what he's doing. But it's the presence of God, and it truly is, because I've experienced it many times, and it's not a pretend. It's true.
That's right.
It's real. He
Yes.
moves you. He moves within you.
Yes.
He knows your heart.
Yes.
He knows your mind. He knows, like she said, before you say something, he already knows. He's
Yes.
already said it.
That's right.
He's already
Amen.
decided for you. He
Yes.
knows what's best for us.
Yes,
Like,
he does.
I have prayed many times in regards to many things, and you would think, okay, well, yes, he hears us. But he hears us and he knows what's best.
Yes.
So he's not going to let you
Come on
get
now.
hurt. He's not going to let you, oh, well, you want this? Okay, I'm going to grant it for you because you just prayed for it. No, you don't deserve that. You don't need that right now. So he knows what our path is. He knows what we need. He knows us. Period.
Amen.
So after May, I was like, oh no, I'm not coming here no more. And it was at his house. So I was like, okay, that's that. My brother still insisted, like, well, if you felt that, why aren't you going back? And I was like, no, like, I don't know who he is. Like, he's a stranger. You're crazy. I'm not doing that. No. So I didn't go back until October. And in October is when I came here. I didn't go back to his house. I came here. It was October 2016. I was in a relationship at that time, and we went through a breakup, and it wasn't good. It was, okay, I'm done, like, forget this. And it was like, okay, well, you're so broken, Cruz, now you're gonna come back to me, no matter what, no matter how far. May to October, that's 5 months. It took 5 months, but in those 5 months, he's like, oh, you're not gonna come back to me? Here you go, you're gonna come back to me. And I did. I came back and I haven't left. There's been a couple of times that I've missed, but truly something's going on, or maybe it got canceled or it got moved. But even when it got moved, I still continued. Pastor Renee has said this many times. Cruz says something, she'll do it. And I truly try. Like, to me, my word means a lot. If I tell you that I'm going to do something, I'm going to try my best to do, if it's within possible, my means or whatever, however I can, I'll do it. I'm not going to say, oh yeah, I'll go do this for you, and no, because I know that your word means a lot. So after the breakup, things got fixed. It was temporary though. God knew what he was doing. He took him away so I could realize, but my stubbornness, I guess, was like, no, I'm going to make it work, and it's going to work, and it's going to work. Yeah, it worked temporary because it wasn't his plan for me. It truly wasn't. And I wanted to be like, I'm not going to fail. I've been divorced. I'm going to make this work. I'm going to stick by it. But it was my stubbornness. It was my way of trying to do things that he told me, no, it's not going to work. You need to leave him alone, and that's that. And thank God I left him alone. He's left me alone. Thank you, Jesus.
Thank you, Jesus.
Thank you, Jesus.
So I finally listened. I started going to the studies on Tuesdays. Then Pastor Renee invited me to the services on Sunday. We kept on going. Again, how I said, I owned a Bible prior to going to the study. But honestly, I didn't remember even opening it. It was truly collecting dust. And what's even worse is that I didn't only have one Bible. I had like 3 or 4. And what were they? Like decorations? Like literally I had one in my living room collecting dust. And then I had 2 or 3 that were just put away. And that's not the purpose of a Bible. We're supposed to read it. During, I believe it was like a year ago or so, I was really interested in the whole, what is it called? Fasting. And I had mentioned it to Pastor Renee and Pastor Anna, and they gave me a book. Like, I was so interested in it that I read the book. It was like 60 pages, little book, like a booklet kind of thing. And I read it easy, an hour and a half. I don't know how fast it was, but it seemed like, whoa, I read this really fast because I was interested. I wanted to know what it was. I actually did it, and one of the things that it says is to read His Word. His Word is food to our soul. It's food to us.
Amen.
And reading it and being able to spend time with Him. I don't know if you remember, Pastor Renee, there was, I don't know if it was a Sunday service or a Bible study that we were reading the story. I'm not exactly sure the thing, but it's a famous story where the 3 guys go into the furnace. 3? 3. And I remember that I was reading it. We were all reading out loud, and during that time was when I was fasting. And my voice started cracking, and I couldn't read it, and then I started crying. I was like, what the hell is wrong with me? Why am I not reading? But it meant so much.
I remember.
Because it was like they had that much faith to go into that furnace and be like, I'm not going to be burned, and if I do, I know where I'm going.
Yeah.
So
right.
for them to have that much, and I was like, and now all I'm doing is food. Like, they're going into a furnace. And I was like, okay, don't eat for this time, whatever. No, like that truly touched my heart. Like my voice started cracking, I started crying. I felt that I had a breakthrough, and that meant a lot because it was like they truly had faith. During the time that I've been coming to the church and been doing the Bible study and all that, reading Bible, doing prayer, my brother was released, and he started, I know that he's teaching me, like doing prayer, even if you truly don't know, like, oh, I'm doing this wrong, like, there's really no right or wrong way. You just do it, and you mean it with your heart.
Amen.
And he started teaching me, like, okay, right now you're driving. He's like, it's not like you could really close your eyes, but you're able to speak, and God listens. Just like turn off the radio, you're driving. What's your drive? Every minute, 10-15 minutes. Those 10-15 minutes that you're actually driving, you could actually pray and say what you gotta say. You're in a close space, nobody else is listening, but God is, and God is always there with you. So ever since about May of 2018, I have used that means of prayer. And now with the prayer group, I think that that's helped us, well, at least me, grow a little bit more. And being able to stand up here and talk.
Yeah.
I can talk, but I don't like attention. So, yeah. The other thing, so during the time that I was doing, I believe it was within the first year, my back would always hurt. And not common sense, but the common thing that was said is weight. Oh, you're heavy, so that's why your back hurts. Oh, you sit at your job majority of the time, that's why your back hurts. Just things that we try to make sense of, because we are human and we want to know. And I feel that majority of the time, if I don't understand something, it's like, well, how does that work? And why does it go that way if there's really no actual, not proof, but there's no actual like steps. Like you have to tell me 1, 2, 3, okay, that equals 4, or that equals whatever. So because I didn't know, and because I would just accept it, like, you know what, whatever, my back hurts. Oh yeah, 5 years ago I was in a car accident and that's what's making my back hurt. Well, yes, I was in a car accident, I don't know how long ago, but my back is not hurt for easy a year and a half, because it'll be 2 years being here in October. No, it'll be 3 years since October 2016 is when I like started like continued religiously coming. So it'll be 3 years this October in 2019. And my back hasn't hurt for easy a year and a half, almost 2 years.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Jesus. He's our healer.
That's right.
Amen.
And I truly believe it was God. There was a women's retreat, and Pastor Anna and Pastor Renee had invited me to it. And I was like, no, it's in LA, it's too far. But then I said, you know what? I really haven't been to a women's retreat in I don't know how long. I was probably in high school, and it was Catholic retreat. There was prayer, there was breakthroughs, there was all that. But as an adult, truly being involved in it, I hadn't been to a retreat. So I wanted to go and experience it for myself, and I did. And no one was around me. No one at all was around me. There was like 2 or 3 chairs in front of me, 3 or 4 chairs that way, no chairs on this side, just a wall. And behind me there was no chairs, but there was no one around me. And Pastor Anna said, she was up in the front, she said, whatever that you came here for. And that day I woke up with back pain, like so much that I felt like I was crippled, like I was walking like, I was like, no, yeah, like a T-Rex.
Wow.
Because your back hurts and you're like, oh. So that's how so that's how I felt. I was like, no, if my back doesn't hurt, I'm gonna go, and I don't care if my back hurts, I'll sit, I'll do whatever it takes, but I'm gonna go to this retreat. So I went to the retreat, and she said, whatever you came here for, whatever it is that you believe in God for and that you want to be done, just close your eyes and like focus and ask God from the bottom of your heart. Like He's hearing you, He's listening to you. But just be able to say something like vocally, not from inside. And that's another point that you made, which I was thinking too, is yes, God listens, God hears you. You could just be thinking, and He's already know what you're thinking. But when you express it, and this has been said before, our tongue is like a sword. It cuts. It whatever. It's a weapon, a very, very powerful weapon.
Yes.
You've compared it to the thing on the boat. I don't know what it's called.
Rudder.
That. Very strong tool that if you say harmful things, it hurts. If you say loving things, it heals, it helps. So I did say, God, you know that my back is hurting, just please take away the pain, just please. And honestly, since then, my back has hurt, but it's like a
regular.
Yeah, like a, oh, I lifted that heavy bag.
Right.
But before, literally, I would have to bend over on my desk, and it was like, oh, I'm dying. How am I going to ever walk? Like, this is horrible. I have not felt that pain
Praise God.
since then.
Thank you,
Amen.
Jesus.
Amen.
Amen.
You're
That's
not.
awesome.
You're not
Yeah.
gonna feel it.
Jesus.
May it not hurt again. I know that He
Right.
healed me because no one again was around me, but I literally felt like somebody touched me. Like it's gonna be okay. Like it wasn't a rub. It was just like a pat, and no one. I opened my eyes and I looked like, who's touching me? Like I don't want nobody touching me. But nobody was there.
It was Jesus.
T-Rex. So yes, it was Jesus. So since October 2016, I have been coming here. My brother has been out. We have built our relationship back to even better than what it was when we were little. I remember when we were little, I would fight for him, whether it be a boy or a girl. I didn't care. That's my brother, and I didn't care. And I'm sure he was able to defend himself by himself, but that's my brother. I was gonna do whatever. And now it's like saying to each other, and not that somebody's gonna hurt us, but just in general, like that's my brother, that's my sister, that's it. Like you don't cross no lines. Thank God for that we've been able to rebuild our relationship. With my dad, I truly respect my dad. There was an incident where there was a huge argument, and it was over something that was totally, I could have had control, and I did ask for forgiveness from my father, and I truly, truly, truly thank God that I have my dad.
Yes. Amen.
I don't have my mom, but I have Rosa, She's been my stepmom for 26 years. Le agradezco, Rosa. Le agradezco por estar en nuestra familia. Le agradezco por todo lo que hace por mi padre. Y le agradezco a mi padre por estar en nuestras vidas y no abandonarnos. Porque pudo haber hecho muchas cosas y de todos modos nos crió juntos y siempre estuvo allí. Yo sé que él tiene demasiada fe y primeramente Dios que le siga dando vida y fortaleza en sus piernas, que le dé la fuerza que él necesita para que siga en nuestras vidas, y le agradezco a Dios por todo lo que ha hecho. Nos ha unido como familia, porque antes en realidad no hablábamos, no era porque no queríamos, pero no sé, resentimientos, corajes, cualquier cosa que haya sido, pero Dios yo creo que me ha ayudado y me seguirá fortaleciendo con vida y que me dé sabiduría de saber cómo hablar y cómo tratar a la gente, y les agradezco por todo lo que han hecho y que Dios los bendiga con mucha vida y salud, que siempre estén aquí.
Gracias a Dios.
Gracias a Dios. So throughout this whole journey and everything else that we've been through and that I've been through, I've had a great health report in regards to my health numbers. That had never happened in 9 years, and it actually happened, so I knew it had to be God. I never used to bless my food before eating. Now I believe if I forget, I'm taking a bite, I'm like, oh, Jesus Lord Christ, bless this food, amen. But I do, because it feels weird that you're not doing it.
Yes.
And I also pray every day that He just, I pray, and when I pray, I thank Him for everything that He has done, for blessing me with health, love, hope, and faith, along with being able to restore my family.
Amen.
Amen.
Yes.
That's it.